Hi, I'm Randall DeYoung, Professor of Biology at Calvin University. Welcome to the 2020 Calvin University Science Division Poster Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. This March, just as our faculty had completed their selection of students for their summer research projects, it became clear that due to the emerging COVID-19 pandemic, that many projects would not be able to proceed as they were envisioned. Some, in fact, had to be canceled due to the close quarters of research labs, the uncertainty surrounding the pandemic and state lockdowns, and the need of students to have time to make alternative plans. We certainly have grieved these lost opportunities for faculty-student mentorship, learning, and discovery. However, wherever possible, faculty tried to find ways to forge on. Some professors identified parts of their projects that could be investigated remotely without the student needing to have in-person interaction. I guess you could call it research by Zoom. Professors with outdoor projects thought through how they could accomplish their tasks with physical distancing in place and other safety measures. And then, when it became clear that Calvin would be able to reopen its buildings in June, some in-person lab work was allowed, but only after we assessed every lab for its capacity to house workers safely, for their traffic patterns, and for their shared equipment and spaces. In the end, in fact, these students and faculty made a key contribution to Calvin's successful in-person start this fall. They were the pilot study for how Calvin would conduct COVID testing and monitor student health. In the end, instead of the usual nearly 100 students conducting summer research, we had 57 in the summer of 2020. The 34 presentations given today represent student work in 9 different departments and span a great variety of topics, from West Michigan dunes to binary stars, to the locomotion of whales, to the fluorescent properties of plant-derived compounds, and more. There's still a great deal to celebrate here. And with that, a word of thanks to our donors and their families. Typically, almost 1/2 of students doing summer research at Calvin are sponsored by funds that come from our donors. So to you, our donors, and their families, we say thank you, and we thank God for you and your support of research. For each presentation, we have created a separate Teams meeting, each assigned to a 15-minute time block, and each time block having somewhere between 1 and 4 presentations going on to choose from. Within each meeting, students will make a short presentation. There will be time for questions, and I encourage you to ask your questions. The students will be anxious to answer them. And then there will be time to exit the meeting and find the next presentation of your choice. So thank you again for joining us and supporting student learning and research. Enjoy.